Veers back to the west. We've got shower chances on Friday and developing on Sunday, but understand those shower chances aren't very good. Statistically, there's a better chance that we would just stay dry. Yeah, here's Chris.
Right, and to the east side where you mentioned the low clouds are really socked in here. This is what it looks like over near Ty Valley, or Ty Ridge, I should say. This is not far from the Dalles, right in Wasco County. And note the temperatures there are well below freezing as well. We take you farther south into central Oregon near Juniper Butte. Again, with temperatures in low 20s, fog, obviously slick roadways east of the Cascades could be widespread, at least this morning. All right, drive times across the region, as you might expect on this holiday, very, very light. Here's the trip in from Tannisbourne, pretty wide open on that side of town. Elsewhere on the freeway system, we are zipping right along as if it's not a work day. And for a lot of folks, it's not. 9 minutes right now gets you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge on I-5. China.
Thank you, Chris. Still to come on Sunrise, a lifelong photographer captures the civil rights movement in South Carolina and around the country. How his images still resonate with a new generation. Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues in 2 minutes.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
In a small town in South Carolina, one man is making it his personal mission to ensure African American history will be able to speak for itself forever. NBC's Marquise Francis has a story.
Cecil Williams has captured decades of history.
I remember me begging my mother for a camera that was advertised in Sears Roebuck that cost $75.
The 87-year-old photographer documented the civil rights movement in South Carolina. A tapestry of time. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, Jesse Jackson, Thurgood Marshall. His images all displayed here in a museum he opened with his wife in Orangeburg, which he plans to expand soon.
Civil rights and the pursuit for freedom, justice, and equality really started much earlier here in South Carolina, and I am an eyewitness to that.
In 1951, Williams photographed Briggs versus Elliott, the first case that challenged segregation in the state's public schools, a precursor to Brown versus Board of Education. And these are the shell casings from the 1968 Orangeburg Massacre, where police officers killed 3 student protesters on a college campus.
What do you feel like is the power of an image and the power of photography?
I think that the power of photography is often overlooked. It imitates life to the fullest, to see what an image is all about, and so it has that power and that capacity to tell a story much quicker.
Williams is also an activist. Pictured here in 1956, drinking from a whites-only water fountain when he was 25 years old.
This was not the first time that I, you might say, defied the laws and the regulations that were in a small town.
That image resonating with a new generation. Williams invited to New York Fashion Week, all part of a larger lesson.
Whenever hate comes along, just in general, period, it's not sustainable. is something that's against mankind, and it won't last.
Meaningful moments, now forever on display. Marquise Francis, NBC News, Orangeburg, South Carolina.
More than 70 new trees are taking root in urban neighborhoods surrounding the MLK corridor of Northeast Portland. Friends of Trees teamed up with the Portland Parks and Recreation's urban forestry team to teach student volunteers how to properly plant trees. They say this is part of Northeast, one of Portland's most heat vulnerable areas, and they want to plant as many trees as homeowners will allow. This is the second year for this community planting event, which is held on the Saturday before Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
It helps moderate the climate. It makes things cooler for people. It is obviously oxygen. We all love oxygen. And it helps clean the water that comes in from runoff from streets and houses.
Well, coming up at 8, KGW Sunrise continues live on KGW Plus with more events in Portland today that honor the civil rights pioneer.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We're coming up on 7:59 on your Monday morning drive. Your biggest trouble out there, aside from defrosting your car, might be sun glare. Check that out. That's Highway 26 out near Tannisbourne. The driver is heading eastbound into the rising sun. That's what we're talking about with the traffic report this morning, as in there's not a lot of traffic out there. So that's the good news. East side of the state, east of the Cascades, Columbia Basin, dealing with that, though. Another foggy, slick morning on roadways east of the Cascades this morning. Rod, back to you.
All right, we do have clear skies here in the valley and also over at the coast. And with that, we have areas of frosty weather, but no fog this morning. Here's the reserve areas of Golf Club, Loa. Temperatures around freezing, a little bit of frost on the grass. And that's pretty heavy frost on the grass. That's looking down at the Oregon Garden from the Oregon Garden Resort out in Silverton. Coldest valley temperatures have been down to about 26 or so this morning. PDX currently sitting at 34 out along the Columbia. We'll be 45 at noon. We might just get back up to around 50 for a high today. Same thing tomorrow. All dry through Thursday. We introduce a rain chance on Friday.
Did you know that today is National Popcorn Day? And last week we told you that you could bring your own bucket to Cinemark to get up to 3 gallons of popcorn. We have more details on that coming up a little bit later in the 8 o'clock hour, but we will have more details of escalating tensions that are coming when it comes to Greenland Plus.
It's so cool to spend time here and have just people coming out of the woodwork and be able to hang out and hear people's memories about the place and what it meant to them and how it changed their life.
Plus, a bar that has been here since 2011 is closing its doors. We'll tell you why. And if you like trends in the 2010s, this is your year. How the internet is trying to bring back 2016 and all its viral moments. Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 8 o'clock. I'm China Green, headed over to Chris and Ron for a look at your weather and traffic.
Do you have any idea what happened in 2016, by the way, China? I'm trying to...
Yes, I do.
Do you? I don't. Okay.
I was in Knoxville, far away.
All right. Okay.
You got married.
I was here. I was right here. Right here. Okay. We have frost on the grass in front of our state capitol down in Salem. Clear skies up top. 27. Boy, big coat morning out there. We do have clear skies both coast and valley. There's downtown Portland. 34 is the number out at PDX with light winds. 45 degrees at noon. We might just get up to about 50 degrees. I know it's still windy out near the gorge. Troutdale's Airport this morning has been reporting east winds gusting to about 45. That likely continues today and likely continues for you folks tomorrow as well. Here's Chris.
All right, Rod, thanks for that. This is a look at the roads out there right now and what's missing. The traffic, of course. It's a holiday Monday. Of course, happy MLK for everyone that is enjoying the time off. You've got light volume if you need to get anywhere this morning. Freeway drive right now in from Hillsborough, 13 minutes. 15 minutes gets you in from Troutdale. So we're in pretty good shape as far as that's concerned. Rod talked about the frosty conditions, foggy conditions east of the Cascades. That's what it looks like over in Jefferson County right now. So another day where we've got low clouds, fog, and maybe some icy conditions on rural roadways in the Columbia Basin and across Central Oregon. Nothing like this, though. I want to show you this video from earlier this morning. The traffic cameras up in near Tacoma. There was a nasty wreck involving what sounds like 21 cars on I-5 northbound near Tacoma. We're hearing from WSP that this is initially because a couple of cars hit some debris on the roads. The good news is, China, only one person transported with injuries. And it looks like they've got traffic flowing again, but a gnarly start and a scary start to the commute in Tacoma this morning. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. An investigation is underway after a North Portland church caught fire just before midnight last night. Fire crews responded to North Willamette Boulevard and North Liberty Street, where they found the roof of Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses on fire. Crews were able to quickly contain the fire and say there were no injuries. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Meantime, the Clackamas Fire Department is investigating the cause of a fire that's left 2 people without a home. Fire crews responded to the home in Milwaukee around 2:30 a.m. According to Clackamas Fire, when crews got there, they found a fire extended from the back porch onto the attic. They say high winds caused the fire to spread rapidly, but firefighters were able to put the flames out before it spread to any neighboring homes. The fire department says 2 people were evacuated but were not injured. The cause is under investigation. President Trump says he plans to impose a 10% tariff and later 25% on several European countries unless Denmark gives Greenland to the U.S. NBC's Alice Barr has more on how leaders across the globe are responding.
This morning, the world responding to President Trump's escalating pressure campaign to take control of Greenland, where protesters took to the streets.
I think he can scare people. He can't scare Greenlanders.
While European allies push back against the president's announcement of a new 10% tariff on goods from Denmark and 7 other countries, ramping up to 25% by June, until the Danes agree to sell their territory of Greenland to the U.S. European ambassadors holding an emergency meeting in Brussels, saying the tariff threats risk a dangerous downward spiral in relations, while the Danish prime minister said, quote, Europe will not be blackmailed. President Trump is adamant the U.S. needs to own Greenland for national security.
If we don't have it, we have a big hole in national security, especially when it comes to what we're doing in terms of the Golden Dome.
A reference there to the missile defense system the president wants to build to guard against any air attacks. Critics noting the U.S. already has a military base in Greenland.
Denmark and Greenland have both said to the United States, you can take what measures you need to protect the security of the United States and, of course, the NATO alliance.
Instead, calling the push a land grab for Greenland's critical minerals. The Treasury Secretary rejects that.
He's looking beyond this year, he's looking beyond next year to what could happen for a battle in the Arctic. We are not going to outsource our national security.
A high-stakes back and forth sending tensions rising with American allies. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And in our area, locals are responding to the escalating tensions too. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us from downtown Portland. Thomas, what's the latest?
Hey, good morning, China. And yeah, at a town hall in Clackamas County over the weekend, Oregon Senator Ron Wyden slammed Trump's plan to increase tariffs on countries that are trying to prevent his annexation of Greenland. Wyden also mentioned that he doesn't think this is just a good idea at all. We spoke to a man named Brady Jensen, who is the president of Nordic Northwest. That's a nonprofit focused on preserving Nordic culture in the Pacific Northwest. Jensen says many in Denmark are confused by President Trump's plans because the United States already has military access to Greenland.
They're objecting to the idea of trying to force an empire. And that's what Donald Trump is trying to do, and there's going to be great opposition, and I'll join it.
The United States already has treaty rights that allow it to expand its military presence in Greenland.
Though on Truth Social, President Trump posted in part Saturday, quote, China and Russia want Greenland, and there is not a thing Denmark can do about it. Only the United States of America under President Donald J. Trump can play in this game, end quote. On Meet the Press, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent backed the president, saying it is in America's best interest to take full control of Greenland.
I believe that the Europeans will understand that the best outcome is for the U.S. to maintain or receive control of Greenland.
Of course, that's a stance that Denmark and many European countries continue to strongly disagree with. Jenna?
All right, Thomas Schultz reporting live. Thank you, Thomas. A motorcyclist is dead after he lost control of his bike in Woodland, Washington. It happened around 1:30 Sunday afternoon on I-5 near exit 21. Washington State Patrol says the rider, a 60-year-old man from Mossy Rock, hit a barrier and was flung from the bike. The rider died at the scene. Kamsa police are looking into what caused a person to get hit and killed by Amtrak train. It happened sometime around 5 p.m. on Saturday near Cowlitz Way and North First Avenue. Police say the train hit the man while he was trespassing on BNSF property. No one else was hurt, but train service was delayed for a while. A local bar raised a glass for a last time after last night's shift. Interurban on North Mississippi has closed its doors for good. The business opened back in 2011. In a social media post, the owner said that they have faced the same issues that led other businesses to close. He told KGW the community has been amazing in showing their support since they announced the closure.
It's so cool to spend time here and have just people coming out of the woodwork and be able to hang out and hear people's memories about the place and what it meant to them and how it changed their life.
There is no immediate plan for the future, but Hart owns the building and has some ideas on what to do next. Time now is 8:08. Headed over to Rod Hill for a look at your weather.
This is exciting. We're watching surfing. Are you ready, China? So look at your monitor. Well, I thought this person here was going to catch one. This, by the way, are we going to catch one? We're up and we're riding the sun. Oh, and we're down. Okay. The swell forecast today is only about 4 feet, so not tremendously high, but a lot of activity out there from our new seaside camera. Just fun to watch people surfing. Pardon me. 41 is the temperature, by the way. The beach sunny all day, not a lot of wind, and high temperatures mid to upper 50s. Here's the clear sky look from Timberline, looking south at Jefferson. Temperature inversion in play, 42 up at 6,000 feet. Here's the clear sky over downtown Portland, and we're colder, 34 degrees out at PDX. Coldest numbers this morning have been running about 25, 26. Well, there's battleground 24, so that would be one of the colder spots now. 27 up in Scappoose. 35 in Gresham. Troutdale still has winds gusting as high as 40 to 45 miles per hour from the east. Silverton's picking up a little bit of wind at the reporting site there, 41. 27, though, in Salem, and freezing in the 20s in Corvallis and Albany this morning. 64 in North Bend. 59 in Tillamook. With this high pressure temperature inversion pattern, the beach continues to be by far the warm spot. We will get up upper 40s to about 50 up and down I-5, and then we have the low clouds expected to hold again today, which basically prohibit any warming. So Pendleton 32 and overcast at 3 o'clock. The Dalles, Madras in the 30s. Bend and Sun River, I think, have a good chance to stay cloudy and only be in the 30s today as well. It's Portland 7-day. Sunshine for this Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Monday. Same thing tomorrow. Dry through Thursday. First shower chance shows up on Friday. Okay, that's your surf report. Now back to Chris McGinnis.
Point Break, baby. All right, let's go ahead and get you out the door. Let's pick it up over the east side. Rod mentioned the murky conditions with the low clouds and the sub-freezing temperatures. That's US 97 over near Juniper Butte, so getting through central Oregon. Temperature 24 degrees, and I mean, you can see what looks like just a solid frost on the vegetation out there. So rural roadways east of the Cascades and through the Columbia Basin here obviously could be quite slick this morning. Locally, the freeway drive, you need the sunglasses out there. After you defrost your car, you've got a wide open freeway, though. That's the good news. No major unexpected delays right now on this Monday morning. 15 minutes gets you in from Troutdale, 17 minutes right now, the northbound drive from Wilsonville Road to the Markham Bridge. China?
Thank you, Chris. If you're someone who likes to live in the past, 2026 might be your year. A new trend is looking back and bringing the 2016s back.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
A new social media trend that is a blast from the past, specifically the year 2016. That hashtag has taken over the internet this year as people reminisce about the good old days. NBC's Joe Fryer is here to help us understand what's going on.
From the vintage filters to the retro music, on social media, 2026 looks a lot like 2016. For proof, just scroll TikTok, a platform that didn't even exist 10 years ago. There, hashtag 2016 has more than 1.7 million posts. We asked Clay Rutledge, an expert in the science of nostalgia, to help us make sense of it all.
2016 is trending right now. Why do you think that is?
People tend to be nostalgic when they're anxious about the future. And so I think this generation is dealing with those anxieties, and they're using nostalgia as a way to respond to them.
Hey
Hey guys, it's Ro.
With more than 20 million followers on social media, Rosanna Pansino has been making waves baking online for 15 years. She says today's more complex algorithms are making online content more robotic, and that the hashtag 2016 is about reclaiming online connection.
It was definitely more genuine. It was more real, and I think people connected to it more.
Who doesn't remember those cartoonish Snapchat filters immortalizing this duet by Jimmy Fallon and Ariana Grande? Speaking of music, in 2016, Taylor Swift was in her Bleachella era after sporting a platinum do at Coachella. Well, someone else's hair made headlines in this iconic lyric from Beyonce.
You better call Becky with the good hair.
Turns out we were feeling nostalgic in 2016, too. The hottest show on TV, The People vs. O.J. Simpson. There were challenges in 2016, like the water bottle flip challenge and the mannequin challenge, where a group would gather and freeze, the opposite of Pokemon Go, when players were on the move hoping to catch Pikachu. Craig and Al were in Rio for the 2016 Summer Olympics.
That's what's going on from here in Rio.
Well, Savannah was making a life-changing announcement.
I am pregnant.
And bomber jackets, matte lipstick, and skinny jeans were fashionable, remember? Now in 2026, celebrities are all in on the way back trend. Charlie Puth, Kylie Jenner, and Reese Witherspoon all posted throwbacks. Even Elmo is remembering 2016 like it was yesterday.
I do love reminiscing about the 2016. A lot of people took part in this on social media. I did too.
Why is this a thing, for starters? Back up. How did they?
Challenge is when you freeze and they do a video and you act like a mannequin.
Oh, okay.
But did they pick our producer's going, it's for fun, but did they pick 2016 for a particular reason?
There's something that's just like in music and kind of in the air that 2016 was like the best year for people. I don't know why it just became a thing.
We got married in 2016, so I would say
there
that's
you go.
Good, yeah.
There you go.
I also took part in the No Shave November for the first time. And
life-changing.
People could say that was not a very good decision.
Life-changing.
Our producer tells me, I'm a Cardinals fan, I grew up in Missouri. Our producer tells me the Chicago Cubs won the World Series that year, which would explain why I have blocked out the entire year.
That makes sense.
It snowed a lot that November, remember that?
No, I blocked it out, Christopher. I have blocked it out.
We had like 5 snow days.
I have blocked it out. The Cubs won the series.
That's makes sense.
All right, high pressure ridge now over all of our area. Wow. Today will be day 8, by the way, in a row of absolutely zero precip, not a trace, nothing, falling out at the airport. And while I have a chance of showers introduced this coming Friday, it's also very possible that we just stay dry all the way into next week. So we'll see. It's a crazy high pressure ridging, nothing much happening weather pattern. Now, what is happening is what the temperature inversion is producing. This is low clouds across much of eastern Washington, in the gorge from Hood River to the Dalles, out into the basin of Pendleton, and all the way down over parts of central Oregon. And with all of this kind of stagnant pattern in place, we're watching air quality numbers, which so far are okay. I mean, the green dots are good, the yellow dots are moderate. There's no issues here. So that's good news. All right, wind gusts. Currently blowing to 31 out of Troutdale. They've been as high as 40, 45 miles per hour this morning. And again, understand this wind, which we're spending a lot of time talking about, comes out of the gorge and then it just kind of disappears or goes up high. So there's no surface wind really once you get out beyond the immediate opening of the gorge itself. Newport's had some winds to 26. Okay, this is totally fun. I'm in love with our new Seaside camera because apparently this cove south of downtown, surfers love it. Again, the marine forecast I checked calls for the swells to be coming in at about 4 feet on average today. You can see the people with their boards out there. We've also been talking about, I just did on the satellite picture, this low cloud lockdown produced by the temperature inversion. This is Sun River, their camera out back of their main resort lodge. Frosty conditions, it's almost foggy. And the situation is, this area and others, it could look like this at noon, it could look like this at 4 o'clock today. And because of that, in these low cloud lockdown areas, temperatures have been warming up less than 5 degrees. I mean, Bend was 25 for a low and 28 for a high yesterday. Sun River, good chance of being below freezing all day with the temperature just literally holding flat. Now, you get into the valley, crystal visibility this morning, really pretty. That's the Dundee Hills, perfectly clear from the camera at Domain Serene Winery, and there's the early morning sun bouncing off of the cityscape of Portland. Temperatures 34 in Portland, 27 in Salem, 25 up in Kelso. There are some cold spots. 24 Eugene, 25 in Bend. Again, Bend's high yesterday was only 28 with cloudy skies. 50 today and sunshine for Dr. King Monday here in Portland. Similar weather tomorrow, all dry through Thursday. The next chance, and it's just a chance of anything rain-wise, is Friday. Here's Chris.
Rod, you know that Friday rain chance is significant?
What? Tell me.
13, that would make 13 days with no measurable rain, not a drop at PDX, which would be a January record.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's like, this is rare air here, right? All right, that said, we are enjoying sunshine and an easy morning commute out there. Your drive in from Hillsborough right now, 13 minutes from Brookwood Parkway to I-405. The drive north from Wilsonville in pretty good shape as well. And crossing the Columbia River both on I-5 and I-205. Again, no problems. We've got really light volume out there, as a lot of folks, of course, have today off for the MLK holiday. TriMet, by the way, Max trains and buses are running on Sunday schedules, and there's no West commuter rail today, and there's no PDX aerial tram today, again, because of the holiday. China, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. A new bridge connecting Oregon and Washington approved, but still billions over budget. Why project leaders are still counting the approval as a win.
KGW's Evening News. Important stories to help you stay informed and keep your family safe.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich.
And I'm David Molko.
Weather impact alerts to help you plan your week.
We need to be extra careful with anything that can throw a spark.
And a team of local journalists connected to our community. David Molko, Christine Pitawanich, and Matt Zaffino. Your Evening News team, tonight on KGW.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
A big step forward towards plans to build a brand new I-5 bridge, with the Coast Guard signing off on a fixed span over the Columbia, saving the project some $1 billion. Though, as Catherine Cook reports, the new crossing is still billions over budget, with a major deadline looming.
While the $1 billion savings is big, a draft document released earlier this month suggests that the total bridge project price tag could still be as much as $7 billion over budget. Still, project leaders will take the wins.
We've heard lots of congratulations today and excitement.
After years of setbacks and challenges for the Interstate Bridge Replacement Program, Friday brought a major win. The U.S. Coast Guard signed off on a fixed span design rather than a drawbridge, meaning no more bridge lifts.
The decision by the Coast Guard has given us basically a green light to remove the red light on I-5.
Carly Francis is interim program administrator at IBR. She says the fixed span design not only moves the program forward, it saves $1 billion. But bigger challenges remain. The project appears to be less than half funded. Draft documents released last week estimate the total project cost at $13.6 billion. With current funding, that leaves a $7 billion deficit.
The price tag is incredible for the project. And when are they starting?
My main hope is that something is done before it falls down.
IBR's goal is to break ground by September. Doing so would ensure they retain nearly $1 billion in federal grant funding. But if the full project is only 50% funded, how would that work? Francis says the $6.5 billion they have now should cover what they're focused on first, building the bridge and the approaches.
That will facilitate starting the program, and then we'll continue to work on funding over time to complete the program.
The next step is the federal environmental review. That's dragged on for years because they were basically waiting on whether this would be a fixed bridge or a drawbridge. And now, with the Coast Guard's decision, they're one step closer to knowing that answer. In Vancouver, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Now to your Morning Rush. President Donald Trump announced the creation of a board of peace to oversee the reconstruction of Gaza. There are reports that anyone who wants a permanent seat on the board will have to pay $1 billion. The money will be used to rebuild Gaza. Board members who do not make the payment can serve a 3-year term. The board has no representative from the Palestinian Authority. Vice President J.D. Vance and his wife will lead a U.S. delegation to the opening ceremony of the 2026 Winter Olympics. He will be joined by Secretary of State Marco Rubio and former Olympic gold medalists. The Winter Games kick off on February 6th in Milan. And Artemis 2 made its 12-hour journey to the launch pad Saturday. The rocket carrying a crew of 4 astronauts will fly around the moon on a roughly 10-day mission. The astronauts will not land on the moon, but will be the first to travel around the moon since 1972, and that's your Morning Rush. The Portland community was out this weekend calling for ICE to leave the city, what they're hoping from local leaders. Also ahead, it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, where in Portland you can honor the civil rights leader.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Good morning, I'm China Green. The Clackamas Fire Department is investigating the cause of a fire that left 2 people without a home. Fire crews responded to a home in Milwaukee around 2:30 a.m. According to Clackamas Fire, when crews got there, they found a fire extended from the back porch into the attic. They say that high winds caused the fire to spread rapidly, but firefighters were able to put the flames out before it spread to any neighboring homes. Headed over to Rod Hill for a look at weather.
Beautiful clear skies, coast and valley. I know you folks in Hood River are cloudy. The Dalles, cloudy. Bend, cloudy. Redmond, Pendleton, cloudy. There's actually a large area. But the coast and I-5 looks like this. Just gorgeous. There's Chinook Winds Casino Resort in Lincoln City, where daytime highs will be mid to upper 50s. There's some frost on the grass and clear skies over our state capital this morning, 27 degrees. Downtown Portland and PDX both have been holding just above freezing in the past hour, 34. Here's our sunny day moving forward. Pretty similar to the weekend, mid-40s at noon. We may or may not just get up to around 50 for a high. That's the same forecast tomorrow. Right now I have it staying dry at least through Thursday.
Good morning. Country music icon Dolly Parton turns 80 today.
Oh, wow.
Making nearly 7 decades since she began her career as a young singer-songwriter in Tennessee. To commemorate the occasion, Parton has released a new version of her classic song, Light of Clear Blue Morning. True to her long-standing commitment to giving back, Parton is donating the net proceeds from the song to pediatric cancer research.
80 years old.
Yes, and I was in Knoxville. She is essentially the queen of,
I bet.
Queen of Knoxville.
Have you been to Dollywood? Dolly World?
I've been to Dolly.
What's it called?
Dollywood.
Dollywood, not
Yes.
World. Wood.
Dollywood.
Well, maybe if she gets bigger, it'll be Dolly World.
It's pretty big, and it's actually it's like in the mountains. It's really cool.
All right, all right. Here's a look at our Salem Live sky camera here. We have the frost on the grass, the clear skies, and the frigid temperature, 27 degrees. This is just a rinse and repeat forecast from the weekend, and it will be rinse and repeat again tomorrow, by the way. Here's Portland, pretty morning. I mean, might as well enjoy the sun, right? The sunlight bouncing off of the downtown high rises. 34 is the temperature. That's the report out of PDX with calm winds. And here's your day moving forward. Mid-40s at noon. Yesterday we stopped at 47. Remember, there is a cooling effect of the east winds bringing chilly air out of the gorge into the city. I think you folks in Salem did make it to 50 yesterday, so we'll see who makes it today or not. Here's the forecast map this afternoon. We still have that large area of just low clouds just holding things down. Only around freezing in Pendleton. This shows the Dalles 38. The low clouds extend down through Madras, Bend, and this morning even down into Sun River. But the coast will be beautiful. North Bend in the 60s. Tillamook will be upper 50s today. And by far the beach, if you like it sunny and warm, that's the garden spot today. Here's the 7-day forecast. Sunny on the Stockton Martin Luther King Jr. Monday. Same thing tomorrow. We might actually lose the east wind as soon as Thursday. And I do introduce a shower threat on Friday, but statistically, if you look at the data, odds are actually better that we simply stay dry. Chris was saying what, Saturday would be the record-tying 13th consecutive day of no moisture in January.
Mind-boggling.
Wow.
Third wettest month of the year on average, and here we are with 3 weeks of dry weather. All right, let's get you out the door. The drive, if you've got to get out the door today on this holiday, freeway volume really, really light, as you can imagine, and we're zipping along at pretty close to a speed limit commute. Rod mentioned the low cloud lockdown east of the Cascades, not only through the gorge, but through the Columbia Basin and through Central Oregon. This is a snapshot of US 97 in Jefferson County. The low clouds are there. The temperatures are well below freezing, so there's a good bet that many Oregon state highways, roadways, etc., east of the Cascades this morning are slick in areas of freezing fog. But so far, we haven't heard any major reports of trouble over there. And of course, locally, volume is pretty light. China, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Greater Albany Public Schools will have counselors available for students this week after a teenager died last week. The Albany Police Department says it happened sometime after 10 o'clock Friday night. At this point, investigators believe 16-year-old Paige McClintock was hit by a car after that car was hit by a rolling tool chest. McClintock was taken to the hospital where she died of her injuries. An investigation is ongoing. Well, this morning we're continuing to follow a local protest against the government's immigration crackdown. Over the weekend, local groups gathered downtown at Terry Strunk Plaza. They say to stand against the Trump administration and call for ICE to get out of Portland. One organizer says after the deadly ICE shooting in Minneapolis and the Border Patrol shooting in Portland, the urgency for city leaders to act is greater than ever.
People are pissed. People are upset. And this has led to a lot of people jobless, a lot of people being deported, a lot of people scared for their life to go outside. And it's not living up to what the American dream is.
Meantime, the woman shot by Border Patrol agent in Southeast Portland earlier this month made her first court appearance on Friday. for immigration charges. Prosecutors say she illegally entered the U.S. in 2023. She's being held on a criminal complaint filed in Texas. The last 100 Oregon Army National Guard members who were mobilized by President Donald Trump in September are back home. Governor Tina Kotek and the Oregon Military Department sent us this video from PDX as the troops returned from Texas. As part of a demobilization requirement, the soldiers traveled to Texas to complete medical exams and paperwork before returning home.
And I really appreciate your commitment, courage, and professionalism in this situation. So thank you and welcome home.
Governor Kotek's office says the troops are now once again under her authority. The 32-hour work week is going full-time in Washington, in one Washington community north of Seattle. And after 2 years of study, San Juan County officially adopted the protocol for most of its workers this year. Eric Wilkinson has more.
In a world that seems to keep accelerating, some places are simply trying to slow down. San Juan County, Washington, home of the San Juan Islands, where island time is becoming the law of the land.
Public Works, this is Kelsey speaking.
When Kelsey Venegas shows up for work each Monday morning, she feels excited.
Usually energized on a Monday morning to kind of handle what it's going to throw at us.
Kelsey is part of a workplace revolution where less is more.
Is he waiting on the scene?
She works for San Juan County, the first county in the state to implement a 32-hour work week. Kelsey works 4 8-hour shifts with Fridays off. The county tinkered with the concept for 2 full years. Most county employees getting the same pay for the same amount of work with the same level of productivity expected, but working just 4 days instead of 5. This year, it became official policy. It's allowed Kelsey, a married mother of 2, much more freedom.
It eased the parenting guilt that I can still be present, at least on Fridays for school events. I currently volunteer at the PTO for our school every Friday, and I'm just more present in the kids' lives.
San Juan County was among the first of the counties, cities, even countries, all clocking in with positive reviews about the 32-hour work week. The question becoming, what is your time worth? The county found 83% of San Juan County workers experienced an improvement in work-life balance, with 18% less sick time and a 216% increase in people applying for work. Perhaps most significant, $2 million in savings for taxpayers over 2 years. Nationwide, studies found a 15% increase in revenue. 71% of workers experienced less burnout, with 0 loss in productivity.
The 32-hour work week is here to stay in San Juan County.
Sure, it works in a county with only about 19,000 people, but what about a place like King County with more than 2 million?
We believe so, because we can do it here, where there's not as much redundancy and duplication of efforts across employees. Larger jurisdictions may be even more able to implement this because they have efficiency of scale.
32-hour work weeks are gaining in popularity across the U.S., with about 5% offering the benefit, but 15% either testing or considering it, almost double just a few years ago.
They're having some issues with road erosion.
As for Kelsey, she hopes island time will soon be universal.
I wish this opportunity existed for other people.
In Friday Harbor, Eric Wilkinson, King 5 News.
We have an alert this morning for folks in the city of Amity. There is a boil water notice in place, and now the city is asking customers to conserve water where possible. The notice is a precautionary measure after multiple parts of the city lost water pressure when demanding outpaced supply. The city is now working to increase production at the water treatment plant. The water will be tested every day until it's safe to drink again. Headed over to Chris McGinnis for a look at your traffic.
Of course, today being the MLK holiday, I want to remind folks with TriMet that trains and buses run on Sunday schedules. There's no West commuter rail today and no PDX aerial tram either. All right, the freeway drive, as you can imagine, very, very light with the holiday traffic. You can see we're zipping along just fine through North Portland. There's I-5 down in the Wilsonville area, the northbound traffic getting around just fine as well. Really, we've been problem-free on the freeways so far this morning. 13 minutes gets you in from Hillsborough. The drive across the Columbia River, that's in good shape as well, both on the Glen Jackson Bridge and the I-5 Interstate Bridge. East side of the state, Rod's been talking about this for, well, it seems like the last couple of days. You guys have been stuck under that low cloud deck, and within that, temperatures are well below freezing. So there's a lot of patchy areas of frost and maybe some slick roadways east of the Cascades and in Central Oregon. So watch yourself traveling out there today. Back to you.
Chris, thank you. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and events commemorating the civil rights leader are in full swing today. Center News reporter Thomas Schultz joins us from downtown Portland. So Thomas, you guys up to speed on where these events are happening?
Yeah, you know, China, these things are happening all over the place. In Salem, there is a peace walk. Tualatin's going to have a community rally today. And in Portland, there's a flurry of things happening. A brunch will happen this morning. Also happening this morning, the Sunshine Division is partnering with Kaiser Permanente to hand out 1,400 boxes of food in Northeast Portland. That goes from 10 to 2 p.m. That brunch will take place at 11 o'clock this morning at the Oregon Convention Center, honoring the civil rights icon. And at 1:30, community leaders, faith leaders, and advocates will all meet at Elizabeth Carruthers Park, calling for the protection of immigrants in honor of Martin Luther King. We caught up.
We rose up. We joined arms together. 50,000 of us protested and marched downtown.
Outside of Portland, Tualatin will hold a community rally in honor of Martin Luther King near the Tualatin Library. And in Salem, that peace walk will happen at McKay High School. That begins at 1 p.m. and will go to 3 p.m. Again, all of these events happening all across our area in honor of the civil rights icon who spent his life fighting for a freer, more equitable country. China?
Thomas, thank you. More than 70 new trees are taking root in urban neighborhoods surrounding the MLK corridor of Northeast Portland. Friends of Trees teamed up with Portland Parks and Recreation's urban forestry team to teach students and volunteers how to properly plant trees. They say this part of Northeast is one of Portland's most heat vulnerable areas, and they want to plant as many trees as homeowners will allow.
It helps moderate the climate. It makes things cooler for people. It is obviously oxygen. We all love oxygen. And it helps clean the water that comes in from runoff from streets and houses.
This is the second year for the community planting event, which is held on the Saturday before Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And today, in honor of that, you'll not need a pass to go to state parks in Washington or any lands managed by the state's Department of Natural Resources and Fish and Wildlife. Today is one of several free days throughout the year. Other free days include Earth Day, State Parks' 113th birthday on March 19th, and then Smokey the Bear's birthday on August 9th. Did Seahawks fans cause an earthquake over this playoff weekend? The scientists measured, coming up.
Hey, our team tests a ton of products. We only bring you the best, and this one I love. It's personal for me today. This is the Proper Hills digital picture frame, and I actually have 3 of these all over my house, including this one right here in the entryway. That's me and my beautiful wife right there. They're my girls. And these are the ones I have upstairs because they come in different colors. It comes in the wood, it comes in the black, and it also, this is the one I have in my bedroom, comes in the white as well. And here's the great thing about it, is a 10.1-inch display. It is high resolution for all of your photos and videos. There's even a free app. Your family and friends can upload photos and videos in real time from anywhere in the world, and it appears in the frame instantly. You can also like and comment on photos directly from the frame. Huge storage space too, enough for more than 20,000 photos, plus an SD card slot if you need even more space. And check out the video on this, come on in. That's my son rocking one. Built-in speaker with amazing sound. This is not only great for you to buy for yourself, great as a gift too. It's the gift of personal connection to your parents, to your grandparents. And here's the other great thing, you can have it right on your shelf, or you can wall mount it. They have them right there, and you can mount it horizontally or vertically. We also have a great deal on this for you today. Normally $169.99, today 50% off, down to $84.99. All you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen or go to shoptvdeals.com.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
The Beastquake has been given a run for its money thanks to some seismic activity at Saturday's game at Lumen Field. It happened within seconds after a 95-yard touchdown was scored by the Seahawks just 13 seconds into the game, causing the crowd to go wild. The Pacific Northwest Seismic Network had preemptively installed 6 seismometers at Lumen Field, which they've done before playoff home games. Scientists analyzing the activity from their lab at UW say that play was the most seismic activity of the entire game. But how does that rank compared to the iconic Beastquake at the 2011 playoff game?
It seems like the first play was the biggest of the day, actually, from the point of view of how strong it was shaking. And just to put it on a scale, it shook the place from the one instrument that we have that's in the same location as the Beastquake in 2011, about the same as the Beastquake. So very similar. Our team is refining the measurement, just making sure we get it right. But I can say it was about the same as the scale of the Beastquake.
And while this is not an earthquake, these rumblings are similar to a 3.2 earthquake. All right, Rod Hill is standing by. He is on the weather deck. Is it chilly out there?
Yes. Okay. Been making a big deal, China, of the east winds really being strong only in proximity to the gorge. And while that's true, this is the first morning in a few that there is a chilly east breeze moving the wind here in downtown Portland. So, the sunshine, of course, makes it feel a little bit better. We're up here in the weather deck brought to you by Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking. We have ourselves, there is literally not a cloud in the sky. It is a perfectly clear sky over downtown this morning. Let's get you out the door and start your weather report. Circled in yellow is that low cloud lockdown with the temperature inversion still in place. These are areas that the inversion, once the low cloud deck forms, it never mixes, it never lifts. And a lot of these reports have been no more than 3 degrees warming from low to high each of the last several days. Frosty, slick fog can be a problem. The Dows yesterday warmed only, 2 or 3 degrees from the mid-30s to about 37. You've got Redmond yesterday that went from 25 to 28. Pendleton will only hold about freezing today. Outside of that area, we are looking at gorgeous sunshine today, and generally away from the gorge, winds will be on the lighter side to no more than about 10. There's Troutdale currently gusting at 31 miles per hour. Winds today out near the gorge in East County could blow as high as about 40 or 45. Newport's picking up a bit of a breeze this morning as well. East winds at 28. Here's our seaside camera, beautiful view of the Pacific waters, and we've got one stand-in. We have surfers on the camera. This is that cove just south of downtown. Up in Seaside, showing the clear skies, 41 degrees. Beach temperatures today will go on to again warm into the mid to upper 50s. Wow, what weather. That was Chehalem Tasting Room in Sherwood, and there's the beautiful clear sky over the Interstate Bridge and the Columbia River from the Vancouver, the Springs at the waterfront camera. Temperature up here has been in the 20s. In fact, right now, Pearson Airfield, which is just north of, just east of the Interstate Bridge, 26 degrees. Kelso's about the same, 25. I've seen thick frost on the Three Rivers Golf Course up there this morning. 25 over in Bend, where it may only hold in the 20s all day with cloudy skies continuing. Clear and 14 out in Burns this morning. The forecast for your Dr. King Monday, pretty much what we had over the weekend. Clear skies, not much wind here in the valley away from the gorge. High temperatures trying to get up to about 50. This shows Salem at 51. Southwest Washington models like 54 in Battleground and 52 up in Longview, which will be a big warm up considering you're in the mid-20s right now up in Cowlitz County. Here's a 7-day. We are all clear today and tomorrow, all dry through Thursday. Thursday could be the day, by the way, that the wind direction switches to the west and the east winds completely end. I have a shower threat on Friday, but understand we could stay dry this entire week. We'll see how it plays out. For now, it is birthday time. All right, short list, but a good one. Our list is all about Grayson in Newburgh. Who is? I like the birthday t-shirt, by the way. I want one. 6 years old today. That's 6. Happy birthday, Grace. Hope you have a wonderful time today. That's our list. Birthdays at KGW.com. and we will celebrate with you. Here's Chris.
Somebody's got a birthday coming up, I recall.
Yes. Yes, I have 2 digits in my birthday.
Maybe we can pull that off by your birthday. All right, let's get you out the door. I am getting word of a possible crash in Corbett near Bell Road and the historic Columbia River Highway. There are a few emergency crews on the scene, so obviously give them some space there. Your freeway drive, as you can imagine, on a holiday Monday is wide open. This is looking at Interstate 84, the Banfield out near Providence Medical Center, and usually on any typical Monday morning at this hour, this is bumper to bumper. Not the case this morning. Over on the Sylvan Hill, traffic zipping along just fine there as well. You're tripping from Hillsborough, 13 minutes, 17 minutes gets you in from Wilsonville, and the drive over the interstate or the Glen Jackson Bridge. Pick your bridge. It's wide open right now. No major freeway trouble out there just yet. We'll be right back.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
And a wrap of our top stories this morning. An investigation is underway after a North Portland church caught fire just before midnight last night. Fire crews responded to North Willamette Boulevard and North Liberty Street, where they found the roof of Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses on fire. Crews were able to quickly contain the fire and say there were no injuries. The last 100 Oregon Army National Guard members who were mobilized by President Donald Trump in September are now back home. Governor Tina Kotek and the Oregon Military Department sent us this video from PDX as the troops returned from Texas. As part of a demobilization requirement, the soldiers traveled to Texas to complete medical exams and paperwork before returning home. And there are several local events today to honor Martin Luther King Jr. The Sunshine Division and Kaiser Permanente are handing out 1,400 boxes of food in Northeast Portland from 10 to 2. A brunch will take place at 11 o'clock this morning at the Oregon Convention Center, honoring the civil rights icon. And at 1:30, community leaders, faith leaders, and advocates will meet at Elizabeth Crothers Park to call for the protection of immigrants in honor of Martin Luther King Jr.
And 7-day forecast, clear. There is just enough of an east breeze in downtown, at least on the KGW weather deck, to make it a bit chilly, unless I'm just becoming a person that can't handle the weather. Not sure. 50 degrees, 50 tomorrow, all dry through Thursday. Maybe we see a raindrop on Friday.
Meanwhile, on the east side, as Rod's been talking about, there's a look at the fogginess right over on the east side and out in the Columbia Basin. So fog, low clouds, slick roads east of the Cascades today. So just be aware of that if you're traveling out in that direction. Locally, the freeway drive is wide open. Got no crashes, no unexpected delays, and a faster than the speed limit commute this morning.
And finally this morning, the small dog races at the Everett Silvertips game in Washington from last night. Wendigo gets off to a fast start and wins the title there.
Wow. Yeah.
In a second race after the main event, Magic proved to be the fastest doggo in the race. Go. It was a close one. Instant replay though. Do we have that? Boom.
Yeah.
Brace carefully. Pokey hit the post.
Oh.
Pokey
needs a helmet.
Pokey's okay.
Okay.
And he still got still got treats, but I do love when these events happen.
There was that little bitty dog in both races that kind of stopped after the first 3 or 4. Did you see it?
Yeah.
The little dog went, and then he's like,
He didn't
yeah.
have a chance.
Yeah.
Like,
No chance. I'm gonna save this energy.
I love watching my little dog run around on our hardwood floors. It's quite amusing. He can't
Slip and
get there
slide,
fast
yeah.
enough, and
Yeah.
arms and legs just like running out of a cartoon. He's-
That's how my dog is too. Hey, just a reminder for you, you can watch Sunrise every day live here exclusively on KGW Plus starting at 7 o'clock. We also have added another half hour of news at 12:30 and 5:30 right here on Plus. Hope you have a good Monday.